you had to guess, how many teammates do you think LeBron James has played with in his spectacular 20-year NBA career? 100? 150? If you guessed 215 and counting, you'd be right. He's won 4 MVP awards and 4 NBA titles while sharing the spotlight with legendary ballers like Dwyane Wade, Ray Allen, Kyrie Irving, Chris Bosh, and Anthony Davis. But the one player LeBron desperately wants to play alongside before he calls it a career is his very own son, Bronny James. Stick around as we take a closer look to see if there's enough magic in the universe for LeBron to accomplish what's never been done before in NBA history: pair a father and son duo together on the same team. This whole idea of LeBron playing alongside Bronny was hatched by LeBron himself. In February 2022, LeBron gave what started out as a very run-of-the-mill interview to The Athletic, in which he mostly discussed the chances of a possible final reunion with the team that drafted him all those years ago, the Cleveland Cavaliers. Towards the end of the interview, LeBron changed gears and dropped a bombshell that has launched shockwaves throughout the basketball world ever since. LeBron said, "My last year will be played with my son. Wherever Bronny's at, that's where I'll be. I would do whatever it takes to play with my son for 1 year." It's not about the money at that point. While the statement seemed to have come out of left field, the idea of a father and son duo suiting up for the same team has occurred before, just never in the NBA. Sports fans of a certain age certainly remember a 40-year-old Ken Griffey Sr. signing with the Seattle Mariners and patrolling the outfield alongside his 20-year-old son and future all-time baseball great Ken Griffey Jr. The pair famously hit back-to-back home runs in a memorable 1990 game. So, can LeBron and Bronny make LeBron's bold declaration a reality and become the first NBA father-son teammates in league history? Of course they can, but they'll need some breaks to go their way. Barring injury or some very unusual circumstances, LeBron James will still be playing basketball in 2 years. He remains a physical specimen and force to be reckoned with even at the age of 38. He passed Kareem Abdul-Jabbar to become the NBA's all-time leading scorer this past season, as he averaged 28.9 points, 8.3 rebounds, and 6.8 assists per game. These averages virtually mirror his career averages in each category. So, to put it bluntly, he's shown zero signs of slowing down at an age when most guys are long gone and out of the league. Bronny James, on the other hand, will have to continue to put in the work to get himself to the league. Bronny's been in the public spotlight since the first day he could dribble a basketball. Being the firstborn son of the most famous basketball player on the planet left him no place to hide. His youth league highlights made the rounds on ESPN and every corner of the internet. And he even allegedly received scholarship offers from the likes of Duke and Kentucky at age 11. Still, despite impossible expectations, Bronny James has managed to live his life and play the game with lots of poise and with a great attitude. He proved throughout his high school career that he's not afraid of competition. He could have played at any school he wanted to, but he chose to play at Los Angeles powerhouse Sierra Canyon, where he had to share the ball with future NBA players Brandon Boston Jr. and Zaire Williams. Bronny James had an up-and-down high school career. As a freshman, he was the only player on a 30-4 Sierra Canyon team to play in every game. He had a few offensive outbursts throughout the season, most notably dropping 15 points, including the game-winning layup against his father's high school alma mater, St. Vincent St. Mary's. But Bronny's primary role was as playmaker. He displayed a high basketball IQ in realizing his team's best chance at winning was getting the ball to Boston Jr. and Williams. The COVID pandemic and a meniscus injury cost Bronny large portions of his sophomore and junior seasons. But college recruiters and pro scouts liked what they saw from him during his senior season. His body and his game began to mature, and this did not go unnoticed. He was named to the McDonald's All-American game and did not disappoint. He scored 15 points on 5 three-pointers, and he wowed the crowd with his vertical leap, thought to be somewhere around 40 inches in the slam dunk contest. This fall, Bronny's headed to USC, where he'll team up with Boogie Ellis, the Trojans' leading scorer from last season, and Isaiah Collier, the #1 ranked incoming freshman in the country according to ESPN. This trio should garner lots of attention, and Bronny will have an opportunity to showcase his strengths, knocking down open shots, facilitating the offense as a secondary ball handler, bringing excitement in transition, and locking in on opposing point guards on defense. While some NBA scouts knock Bronny for standing only 6'3" and struggling to create separation from defenders in the half-court offense, others believe he'll thrive at the pro level. They cite Bronny's ability to make shots, His strong perimeter defense, his freakish athleticism, and his superior understanding of the game as the main reasons why he should be drafted somewhere in the first round. ESPN draft guru Jonathan Givony said this of Bronny: "I've been watching him since he was a freshman in high school, and every time I see him, he's a little bit bigger, a little bit stronger, a little bit more explosive." He added, "We're not talking about a guy who's going to be an all-star, in my opinion, like his father. You're looking at a Marcus Smart, Drew Holiday-type player, a phenomenal role player who impacts winning at the highest level. There's no doubt LeBron will help prepare his son for what lies ahead at the pro level. It also doesn't hurt to have Chris Paul as your godfather. Bronny will certainly pick his godfather's brain about the intricacies of the pick and roll and how to navigate any and all half-court sets." We've established that LeBron and Bronny should both be in the NBA 2 seasons from now, but the billion-dollar question will be, can a franchise find a way to get them both on their roster? Industry experts believe this is a no-brainer. Pinnacle creative advertising director Bob Dorfman told Forbes magazine, "The marketing implications are brontastic. The franchise value of the team that lands them will skyrocket. Their games will become must-see events that command huge ticket prices and primetime viewing slots, and they could quickly turn into a playoff powerhouse." LeBron's contract has a player option for the 2024-2025 season. If he decides to exercise that option to remain with the Lakers, his salary will be approximately $50 million for the season. It could be hard to pass on $50 million and the chance to remain home in LA. This is probably why gambling website FanDuel Sportsbook already lists the Lakers as the early favorite to retain LeBron and land Bronny in the draft. While the Lakers do not currently own a first-round selection for the 2024 draft, odds makers seem to have confidence that Lakers general manager Rob Pelinka will find a way to obtain one. The Knicks are listed as having the second-best odds to draft Bronny James. New York is always on the hunt for stars and have been after LeBron ever since he decided to take his talents to Miami during the infamous decision in the summer of 2010. Knicks president Leon Rose was LeBron's agent for a number of years. He's also stockpiled draft picks lately, including several picks for the 2024 draft. Rose would love to use one of those picks on Bronny and hope LeBron would finally be convinced to make the Mecca of basketball his home all these years later. The Garden in New York City would be popping with excitement. Another destination for Bronny and LeBron could be Oklahoma City. What OKC lacks in glitz and glamour when compared to New York and LA, it more than makes up for in young talent and draft capital. The Thunder boast some of the most promising young players in the game today, in players like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Josh Giddey, and Chet Holmgren. They also have stockpiled a lot of draft picks, including a ridiculous 4 first-rounders for 2024. No one knows for sure what the future will bring, but the truth is, LeBron and Bronny playing together in the NBA has gone from pure fantasy to realistic possibility in the blink of an eye.